in charge of Admiral Nelson's funeral, a gigantic naval procession of him steps of White House carpet. And he's on the barge. I mean, I got here in '70. And he's on the barge with the coffin, and it bumps into a pier in rough seas on the Thames, and it springs a leak, and he realizes while his barge is proceeding up the stream, it's sinking, and he realizes this is something that's stopping my career is over. So, and it's something we'll maintain dignity of us,
Good morning. Welcome to Washington College. We ask that you remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by the Reverend Claire Nevin Field, Rector of Emmanuel Episcopal Church in Chestertown, and for the national anthem, which will be performed by Stevie Lyles, class of 2026.
Adapted from a prayer by John O'Donohue. At any time, you can ask yourself, at which threshold am I now standing? At this time in my life, what am I leaving? Where am I about to enter? A threshold is not a simple boundary. It is a frontier that divides two different territories, rhythms, and atmospheres. Indeed, it is a lovely testimony to the fullness and integrity of an experience or a stage of life that it intensifies toward the end into a real frontier that cannot be crossed without the heart being passionately engaged and woken up. At this threshold, a great complexity of emotion comes alive: confusion, fear, excitement, sadness, joy, hope. This is one of the reasons such vital crossings are always clothed in ritual. So here and now, I invite you to recognize and acknowledge this key threshold, to take your time, to feel all the varieties of presence that accrue here, to listen inward with complete attention until you hear the inner voice calling you forward. The time has come to cross.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please do be seated. Thank you, Reverend Nevin Field, for your beautiful invocation this morning. Thank you, Stevie, for the gift of your voice. Good morning. What a beautiful day we got. That's worth the first cheer of the day. I want to welcome all the friends and families of our graduating class to Chestertown. I'm so pleased and honored to be with all of you as we celebrate this, the wonderful class of 2025. And what a celebration it will be. Here we are, after you have invested 4 years of intense, focused work in your studies and in the all-impactful opportunities alongside your courses like internships, research, student leadership roles, and so much more. You have completed all of the required courses for your majors, for your minors, and for graduation from Washington College. The writing courses, the distribution requirements, the language requirements. Don't forget the language requirements. You have completed a liberal arts course of study, and not only does that mean you gained a broad and eye-opening education here, it also means you had to work really hard at it. In addition to coursework, every one of you completed a senior capstone experience this year that brought together everything you have learned and created. And it created something new, a thesis or performance or other work that demonstrated your knowledge, your skill, and your ability to make contributions to your fields of knowledge. These are significant accomplishments, and I congratulate all of you on everything that you have achieved. We are celebrating your hard work, the experience you have gained, and the knowledge you have amassed. But we are also celebrating 4 years of discovering passions, building community, and making lifelong friends. You have lived and worked with each other, and you have formed strong and lasting, meaningful bonds. This is why graduation can bring mixed emotions, of course, as you prepare to leave behind this unique time and place that has been your home for 4 years. You won't see those around you quite as often, and you won't have the same opportunities to gather with them as you did here in Chestertown. Commencement is famously a new beginning, a threshold, a ceremony marking the start of your life after college, which points out that some things are ending, but more than endings or beginnings, focus on what will be consistent even as you move from one stage of your life to the next. Some of the friendships you made here will certainly be lifelong, as will your relationship with some of the mentors you have gained. The habits of service and civic engagement you have developed here will serve you extremely well as citizens and as active members of your communities, wherever you choose to reside. The subjects that sparked your interest will be the core of your intellectual life, both professionally and personally. And the work you do in the coming decades may well grow from the work you started right here as you continue to innovate and share with the world your personal insights and creations on topics that you began exploring here at Washington College. These are the really valuable things about your college experience, the things you will take with you: relationships, values, knowledge, and creativity. All of us here at Washington College, and I am sure everyone who has gathered here today to celebrate with you, are so very excited to see how you take all you have gained here into the world with you. I have no doubt that every one of you will find your place and make incredibly positive impacts on the people and institutions in your lives. But for today, celebrate the tremendous accomplishments that you have achieved these past 4 years. Enjoy one another's company and reflect on how the person you have become here will be the person who does the work in the world that you know needs to be done. I now have the pleasure of introducing your senior class speaker, Claire Olivia Gerritsen. Claire is graduating. As she makes her way to the stage, I will mention that Claire is graduating magna cum laude with a double major in communications and media studies and also in French studies.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak for the class of 2025. None of us are here by chance or by accident. There was no linear path we all followed to arrive at this destination, but here we find all of our stories overlapping at this point, our shared commencement. We are here in so many varying states of mind. Some of us know what our next steps will be. We have a plan. We feel like we know what tomorrow holds. Some of us have no idea what comes next, and today doesn't feel like a beginning, but like the sands in an hourglass, holding 4 wonderful, perishable years running out. Some of us are somewhere in between, feeling like there's nothing concrete to hold on to as everything we've become comfortable with changes. Wherever you fall on that spectrum in this particular moment, I know that the feeling of uncertainty won't go away after today. It will be a constant for the rest of our lives. But more importantly, I'm certain that our 4 years at Washington College have shown us that we have what it takes to navigate every uncertainty with courage and strength. What makes us resilient in the face of uncertainty is reflected in a story from the very first time I set foot on this campus. I don't think Annie Christofiak, now a Washington College alumna, could have known that the hours she spent giving my parents and me a tour of Washington College would be so impactful. But I know without a doubt that she is the reason I'm here today. At every college I visited in my junior and senior year of high school, I asked the exact same question at the end of the tour. I asked every student guide, if you could describe the student body here in just 3 words, what would they be? And even though I toured lots of schools and asked many student guides this question, only one answer stuck with me. When I asked Annie, she paused to think for a moment, and then she replied, ambitious, caring, and family. I didn't know what I was looking for in these answers, but Annie's answer hit home for me, and Washington College became home to me. I think her answer is our answer, and to this day, it is the best description I could offer of the Washington College student body, and of us, the Washington College class of 2025. We are ambitious. We came to Chestertown on fire. We arrived and began pouring our hearts into making the most of every minute here. Whether it was easy to see through the many things we've done and achieved, or whether it has been quietly guiding our hearts as we set them upon our goals, our ambition has driven us. This is a group of challengers, of hard workers, of people who see a possibility and refuse to give up until we reach it. We have set our sights on adventures abroad, on experiments and experiences, and all kinds of exceptional dreams. We have led the rebuilding of student organizations. We have been published. We have achieved experimental breakthroughs. We have joined and led honor societies and pursued research of all kinds, culminating in the senior capstone experiences we've each completed to be here today. We have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of many ambitions during our time here, and in response, Washington College has dedicated itself to being the launch pad for each of our aspirations. I have no doubt that we will continue to set our sights even higher as we take the next stages that are waiting for us on each of us on the other side of this one. Even if uncertainty means we're not sure which way is up or which direction is ahead, our ambition will always set us apart and move us forward, no matter where our individual roads are taking us. We are caring. Caring encourages us to turn our ambition toward creating meaningful change. Our class, maybe more than any other, has learned that when nothing is certain, anything is possible, because we've cared enough to make it so. I don't think those words to us were ever just about looking for silver linings or saying it'll be fine when our lives have turned upside down. Our experience with this has been one of grit and determination. As the first class to come here for a full 4 years after a global pandemic, we arrived here uncertain. Will COVID come back? Will we get quarantined? Will our lives get canceled again? But we decided to pour our hearts into caring on our campus anyway. In 4 years here, we have cared deeply about fair housing in Chestertown, about voter registration and promoting civic engagement among college students, about free speech and the protection of all kinds of ideas and discourse on our campus. We have stepped up together, even in times of uncertainty, to be advocates and change makers. We see uncertainty as possibility, to drive change with what we have and leave our corner of the world better than we found it. COVID did not hold us back from caring enough to make a dramatic difference in this community, and nothing we face on the other side of our college years will either. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we are a family. Beyond the friend groups we've built here over the last 4 years, we all share a common bond that can't be broken. So we show up, as family does, with boundless and persistent love for each other. We show up to dancescapes, walkapella, and percussion, rock, symphony, and orchestra concerts, to theater productions that run the gamut from the mythological to the psychological and to classics retold. We show up for SCEs in subjects that might intimidate us, but inspire our peers to greatness. We show up for our sports teams, for our organizations, for our classes, for our friends, for the people we barely know, but with whom we share the common bond of being students here. We show up whether we understand what we're showing up for, or whether we're there because a friend cared and brought us along. Now we're showing up to this moment the same way we showed up on our very first day. We arrived on this green together in 2021, nervous and excited and probably intimidated to be participating in Playfair right away. And here we are 4 years later, walking across this stage on the same green, diplomas in hand. These 2 moments have bookended our time here, and all of the moments that have passed in between have forged a family. The Washington College class of 2025 is a family. Ambitious, caring, and family, these characteristics have been the hallmarks of our experience at Washington College. Our time living and breathing the liberal arts has taught us to be brave and showed us that we are so much more than our comfort zones. If we're willing to take a step into something new, we have learned that it can transform our lives. And if that isn't a reason to be encouraged by, rather than terrified of whatever uncertainty waits down the line, I don't know what is. We know that uncertainty will be a permanent part of our stories, and this class, more than most, should know that it always has been. But I hope that we all look around today and see in each other that we have already been resilient, and we will only continue to be resilient. Our class thrives in a world where nothing is certain because we know anything is possible. So I hope we launch from today with courage to try, courage to be ambitious, courage to care, and to keep showing up. I hope we never stop looking back and extending our hands to care for the next generation because the generation ahead looked back and cared for us. I hope that our ambitious, caring family extends far and wide, crisscrossing the world with our dreams. We may not know where we're going, and we definitely don't know where we'll end up, but we have everything it takes to make our individual journeys exceptional because they started here. Thank you.
Claire, thank you so much for that really terrific graduation speech. Washington College has an invaluable partner in our local public schools in Kent County and in Queen Anne's counties, both because they send us some of our terrific students and because they work closely with our Department of Education to help train the next generations of teachers. I asked today Chris Hemstetter, the principal. That again. Not so good. All right. How are you hearing me now? Thumbs up? All right. Thank you. Thanks for bearing with the wind today. So, you may have heard the name Chris Hemstetter. Chris Hemstetter is the principal of our local Kent County High School. She is also the former principal of Rock Hall Elementary School. And I invited Chris to be with us today so that we could recognize an extremely noteworthy achievement. But before I do that, I want to recognize any graduates or any students currently or graduates of Kent County Public High School in particular in the class of 2025 or in the audience. If you are a graduate of Kent County Schools, do me a favor and please stand and be recognized. Thank you for doing that. It's great to see that. You may be seated now again. This class follows directions. No, it's really great to see that, especially among not only our graduates, but the people here to support our graduating class today. Washington College and Kent County communities are really closely interwoven, as you know, and Kent County Public Schools is a big part of the reason. And that makes us so happy to congratulate Chris Hemstetter for an incredible award. She was recently named Principal of the Year by the Maryland Association of Secondary School Principals. Chris, if you're here today and you have been invited, I hope you are here with us. Would you please stand and be recognized for this incredible award? We'll have further cause to celebrate Chris's amazing achievement later in this upcoming year. We have one other honoree that I want to recognize before we move on with today's ceremonies. From 2015 to 2023, Tom Kelso was chair of the Maryland Stadium Authority, which is the organization that oversees M&T Bank Stadium and Orioles Park at Camden Yards. And as a result, has benefited every one of us here, really, certainly the Baltimore fans among us. But in some ways, those stadiums and teams also contribute to every Marylander through the economic activity they generate and the civic pride that they build up as well. We at Washington College are thrilled to have the opportunity today to thank and recognize Tom for his service to our state with an honorary BA degree in Public Affairs, which he will receive as all degrees are conferred today. Congratulations to you, Tom. Now I'd like to ask Mr. Eddie Raleigh, class of 2008 and chair of the Alumni Board, who will present the Alumni Citation Award. Please come to the podium, Mr. Raleigh.
Perhaps the greatest measure of an educational institution is the character and accomplishments of its graduates. To recognize the accomplishments of our graduates, the Alumni Citation Award was established in 1952 to formally identify and recognize an outstanding alumni. The citation is the highest honor that the Washington College Alumni Board and Alumni Association can confer. It is bestowed on members who have presented, it's bestowed and presented to a member who is an alumni who has made a significant contribution to or accomplishment in his or her field of endeavor or in community or public service. It's my privilege this year on behalf of the Alumni Association to give the alumni citation to Amy LeMay, class of 1992. Amy, will you please join me at the lectern? Originally from New Jersey, Amy double majored in French and the humanities at Washington College, where she co-founded GALA, the college's first LGBTQ+ society for students. In her career since graduation, Amy has continually worked to address LGBTQ+ concerns and advance inclusion. After graduating from the college, Amy moved to London, where she began a career as a performer, creating groundbreaking one-woman shows that explored LGBTQ+ themes. Amy co-founded the Oliver Award-winning arts collective and nightclub Ducky and continued to host it for over 25 years. In 2016, Amy was appointed as London's first night czar by Mayor Sir Sadiq Khan to champion the city's nightlife, both in the UK and internationally. In the role, which she held until 2024, she partnered with stakeholders promoting and protecting London nightlife to keep it vibrant, safe, and diverse. She is now the founding director of 24 Hour Cities consultancy agency. Amy is also a radio and TV personality and journalist, hosting the weekend morning show on the BBC Radio 6 Music since January 2018. The latest show in her 25-year career across BBC stations, and she is the award-winning author of her 2017 book, From Prejudice to Pride, the first LGBTQ history book for young people. Amy is now a naturalized British writer, broadcaster, cultural leader, and activist. Her contributions to London's cultural and LGBTQ+ landscape have been significant, and her achievements have been recognized with an honorary doctorate from the University of East London, an honorary professorship at University College London, the Fellowship of the Royal Society of the Arts, and the Freedom of the City of London. The Washington College Alumni Association is proud to join these esteemed institutions in adding our own citation and expressing our appreciation for Amy. Congratulations.
It's now my privilege to introduce Mr. Rick Wheeler, Chair of the Washington College Board of Visitors and Governors. Mr. Wheeler will deliver greetings from the board and read the mandamus for the baccalaureate degree.
Good morning. I think I can still say that, still before noon. It is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 242nd Commencement of Washington College on behalf of the Board of Visitors and Governors. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and to your families, friends, and everyone who has supported you on the journey to this remarkable moment. As I prepared my remarks, I found myself reflecting deeply on what message I wanted to share with you. Honestly, if you had told me 39 years ago, when I was sitting right about there, that I would one day be standing on this stage addressing the graduates of Washington College, I would not have believed you. Several years ago, I had the incredible opportunity to ride my bicycle across the country, from the Pacific Ocean just west of Portland, Oregon, to the Atlantic Ocean just east of Portland, Maine. It took 46 days, and I rode alongside 20 strangers who quickly became companions on a shared adventure. One rider became known for asking the question of the day, each one more thought-provoking than the last. Somewhere in Wisconsin, I remember him asking, what was the best decision you ever made? For me, the answer came instantly. The decision I made in the spring of 1982 to attend Washington College. That choice shaped everything. The friendships I still treasure today, my wife who I met here of 37 years, the professors who believed in me and wrote my first professional letters of recommendation, and the skills I leaned on throughout my career. So much of my life flows from that single transformative decision. Someday, maybe 5 or 10 years from now, someone might ask you that same question. And when they do, I have a feeling that your answer may be the same as mine. Congratulations, graduates. I'm so proud of you. I will now read the mandamus for the baccalaureate degree. It having been certified by the faculty to the visitors and governors of Washington College that the following named persons have satisfied all requirements for the baccalaureate, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the public commencement ceremony on May 18th, 2025, the degrees which they have earned.
Will the graduates now please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I hereby confer upon you the degrees earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. In testimony whereof, I shall present you with a diploma when you appear before me at the platform. You may now be seated. At this time, I would like to call upon Dr. Ki-Ho Kim, Provost and Dean, to present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, President Sosolsky. Candidates, please make your way to the stage. I will now introduce the candidates in the American Studies interdisciplinary program. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in American Studies: Kennedy Page Thomason, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Anthropology and Archaeology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology: Victoria Lee Baker, double major in Anthropology and Environmental Studies, summa cum laude. Catherine Ann Esposito, double major in Anthropology and Art History, summa cum laude. Xavier Maurice Smalls, double major in Anthropology and Environmental Studies, summa cum laude. Felipe Josue Tosara. Wait. Liam Patrick Wands. The following are candidates in the Department of Art and Art History. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Art and Art History: Shannon Rachel Smith. The following are candidates in the Biochemistry and Molecular Biology interdisciplinary program. The following are candidates for Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology: Sergio Jose Castillo Umana. Emily Celeste Kopp, summa cum laude. Leslie Melissa Umanzor, cum laude. Introducing the candidates from the Department of Biology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Biology. In absentia, Emma Kaki. Cesar Alejandro Ayon Fuentes. Kyle Davis Avellino. Kaylee Elizabeth Bautista Fuentes. Carolina Agata Bocol, summa cum laude. Amir Raymond Boyer. Vani Chetan Chauhan, double major in biology and business management, summa cum laude. Gabriela Celeste Drusano. Emma Kathleen Fisher. Dulce Maria Flores Afrey. Robert Wesley Lawrence. Reagan Margaret Longridge, summa cum laude. Catherine Lauren Manos, cum laude. Hartley Elizabeth Meyer, double major in biology and environmental science. Emma Kathleen Morris, summa cum laude. Andrea Louisa Norman. Catherine Rose Opilski. Darrell Rideout II. 3-4 student at the University of Maryland. Kirsten Y. Rose. McKenna Rose Seashole, magna cum laude. Kayla Lee Street, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Business Management. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Management. There are 2 in absentia, Alexandra Farrow and Louis Thomas Govan. Okay. William Parker Barta. Patrick Dylan Bean. Stephen Robert Billig, magna cum laude.
Here we go, Bill!
William Evans Bloom Jr., cum laude. Colby Edward Byer, summa cum laude. William Jeffrey Charvala. Helena Renee R. Kress. Ayana Kosi Davis. Nicholas Richard Foss. Alexander Redfield Hall, double major Business Management and Philosophy, magna cum laude. Henry Francis Hicks, double major in Business Management and Communication and Media Studies. Gianna Alai Kennedy. Emmanuel Eli Cuadio. Alexander George Martin.
Yeah, Marty!
Nicholas S. Miller. Corey James Morgan. Lucy M. Morris, magna cum laude. Ryan Joseph Poston. John William Poulos. Jackson Robert Rabe. Michael Sanfilippo, cum laude. Carson Thomas Smith. William Lozelle Snook. Avery Elizabeth Thomas, magna cum laude. Preshu Kalingai Chibangu, cum laude. William Addison Turner, magna cum laude. Cole Philip White, double major in psychology and business, cum laude. Aiden Moran Wilson. I will now introduce the candidates from the Department of Chemistry. The following are candidates for Bachelors of Science in Chemistry. Kirsten Nicole Cheney. Carson Samir Taylor. The following are candidates in the Communication and Media Studies Interdisciplinary Program. Candidates are for Bachelor of Arts degree in Communication and Media Studies in absentia, Justin John Fitzpatrick, Alexa Lynn Draper. Heather Crystal Fabritz, double major in English and Communication and Media Studies, summa cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Fernandez, magna cum laude. Claire Olivia Gerritsen, double major in Communication and Media Studies and French Studies, magna cum laude. Stephen Leroy Hook III, double major in Political Science and Communication and Media Studies, magna cum laude. Faith Elizabeth Jarrell, double major in Communication, Media Studies, and Theater, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Kavina, cum laude. Lila Elise Kenny. William Carter McIntyre. Neve Emilia Orozco Unzueta, double major in Business Management and Communication and Media Studies. Dominic Joseph Raposelli. Malcolm X. Rather. Brett Michael Simmons. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Economics. The following are candidates for Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics. Hunter Kyle Frederick. Chase Riley Henson, double major in Business Management and Economics, magna cum laude. Sam R. Joyce. Maria Karavasilis, double major in Economics and Business Management, cum laude. Shane Alexander Kerwin. Johannes Ludwigsdorf, double major in Business Management and Economics, summa cum laude. Sean K. and Kim. Andre Eduardo Perez Ortega, double major in Chemistry and Economics, magna cum laude. Luke Edward Phillips, double major in Economics and Business Management, cum laude. Anthony Joseph Pinto, double major in Business Management and Economics, summa cum laude. Ardith Ravichandran, magna cum laude. John Lucas Riveros, double major in Economics and Music. Samuel Richard Steptoe. Maiwa Olerewaju Taiwo, double major in Business Management and Economics. Chloe Francesca Treves, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Education. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Human Development. Tobin Marie Chambers. Madeline Casey Parent, summa cum laude. Sheridan Elizabeth Smith, cum laude. Bridget Mary Tiffey. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of English. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in English. Skylar Lynn Abruzzo. Sarah L. Coverdale, magna cum laude. Riley Elizabeth Dauber, summa cum laude. Maeve Maureen Deemer. Grace Elizabeth Hoxton, magna cum laude. Catlin Rose Clunk, summa cum laude. Ryan Latham. Natalie Elizabeth Martinitis, summa cum laude. Brianna Rochelle Odell. Courtney Elizabeth Poach, summa cum laude. McCartney Ann Raya. Iris Cheney Sher. Lucy Oaks Verloc, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Environmental Science and Studies. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Science. In absentia, Emma Finn Worcester. Rachel Arena Bell, double major in Environmental Science and Mathematics, summa cum laude. Morgan Lee Carlson, cum laude. Hunter R. Clark. Patrick William Downs, double major in Environmental Science and Biology. Robert Nicholas Gardner, double major in Environmental Science and Economics, cum laude. Theo Kelly Highland. Riley Eve Johnson. Sean Mark Kelly. Cami Sue Lynch, double major in Environmental Science and Anthropology, summa cum laude. Marcelina Candida Rosa Lewis. Jeremy Louis Lieberman, double major in biology and environmental science, summa cum laude. Emily Neff Marek. Evan Merck, double major in biology and environmental science. Ryan Mary Morrow, double major in environmental science and biology. Zachary Thomas Osacha, magna cum laude. Emma Grace Parker Watt. Catherine Renata Riggleman, summa cum laude. Helena Anastasia Sedam, summa cum laude, double major in environmental science and chemistry. Zoe Summer-Shevitz, summa cum laude. Javon Andreas Smalls, double major in environmental science and experimental psychology. Richard Dominic Spigler, double major in biology and environmental science, cum laude. Mackenzie Jade Stellan, double major in biology and environmental science, cum laude. Parker Thornton, double major in environmental science and biology. Anna Elizabeth Treadway, summa cum laude. Jack Andrew Yee, summa cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Environmental Studies. In absentia, Tyler Whitley Bishop, Eli Benjamin Biscoe Warner. Benjamin Tate Dickinson. John Hay Mathai. Shannon Elizabeth Roche. Nicholas Luke Scelfo, double major in environmental studies and anthropology. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of History. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in History. James Thomas Anderson V, double major in political science and history, magna cum laude. Julie Marie Cinderella. C.J. Dunker, magna cum laude. Miranda Lynn Forney. Lily Brianna Giles, double major in history and French studies. Thomas Moore Merritt. Caitlin Emily Osacha, magna cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the International Studies Interdisciplinary Program. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in International Studies. Zachary Hunter Affel, double major in Political Science and International Studies, summa cum laude. Joseph Dominic Bonacci, triple major in Economics, International Studies, and Political Science, magna cum laude. Shelby Eleanor Scott. Thing? Not back. No, we're back now. Okay, here we go. Emily E. Ulizio, double major in International Studies and Political Science, cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science. Zachary Morrison Burgess, magna cum laude. Margaret Rose Hemond, cum laude. Matthew Ryan Hutter, double major in Mathematics and Computer Science, summa cum laude. Benjamin Spahn Kelly. William Christopher Schmidt. Ethan Paul Schwantes, double major in Computer Science and Business Management, summa cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Data Science. Peter Alexander Junkin. John Allen Polito. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Music. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Music. David Eric Torres Lundres, magna cum laude. Emily Eleanor Markley. I now introduce the candidates in the Neuroscience Interdisciplinary Program. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Neuroscience. Bryn Margaret Castellani, magna cum laude. Caroline Victoria Sikorska Drupka, double major in Neuroscience and Sociology, cum laude. Amy Elizabeth McNair, summa cum laude. Justice Terrence Williams, summa cum laude. I now introduce the candidates in the Department of Philosophy and Religion. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Philosophy. Noah Michael Gentry, double major in Political Science and Philosophy, summa cum laude. Introducing the candidates in the Department of Physics. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Physics. In absentia, Chiravanuru Kumar Tapaswin, Sebastian George Linares. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Political Science. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science. Selena Marie Francis, magna cum laude. William Rourke Granados, double major in Political Science and Anthropology. Amity Nelson Harrington, double major in Political Science and Philosophy, summa cum laude. Jordan E. Hyde, summa cum laude. Emily Grace Yompieri, magna cum laude. Quinlan Thomas Kaufman. Rex D. Leinenher. Rory Lee Miller, double major in environmental science and political science, magna cum laude. Miranda Ann Parrish, double major in political science and communication and media studies. Thomas E. Kelso, honorary Bachelor of Arts degree in Public Affairs. I'll now introduce the candidates in the Department of Psychology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Psychology and Behavioral Neuroscience. Leandra Carolyn Louise Beisch. Emily Deanna Cole, cum laude. Genevieve Grace Kozub, cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Psychology, Clinical Counseling. William Stephen Paragoy. Kimmy Adolfson, double major in Psychology and Sociology, magna cum laude. Samaya C. Anderson. Grace Elizabeth Brown, magna cum laude. Caroline Elizabeth Carter. Anna Varvara Courtney. Taylor Colhane. Adelisa Daly, magna cum laude. Colette Joanne Frank, double major in Psychology and Sociology, cum laude. John James Kearns. Catherine Morley Kelleher, summa cum laude. Logan Claire Kenny, double major in Psychology and Sociology, summa cum laude. Madeline Gabriel Mulder. Tegan Rose Murray. Carly Ann Oates, double major in psychology and human development, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Reggie, double major in psychology and art history. Lindsay Sarah Sadek, cum laude. Kylie Smith, double major in psychology and sociology, summa cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Stevenson, double major in psychology and human development. Andy Gabriella Strunk. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in experimental psychology: Christopher Mark Pinto. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Sociology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology: Lillian Helen Cook, cum laude. Asia Imani Elliott. Breakthrough Jirel Fuwefak. Marcus Olaf Norberg. Caroline Taranto. Ontavia Dominic Wilson, minor in public health. I will now introduce the candidate in the theater and dance department. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in theater: James Philip Forty.
Will the candidates please stand? He juvenis candidate alumni sunt. You are now Washington College graduates. Please hood one another. Class of 25, Washington College alumni can now be seated. Mr. Wheeler will now read the mandamus for the honorary degree.
Congratulations again, class of 2025. It having been certified by the Honors and Awards Committee to the visitors and governors of Washington College that Mr. Jonathan David Carl is of acknowledged eminence and distinction, has made worthwhile and noteworthy contributions to our society, and is therefore worthy to receive the highest honors, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the public commencement ceremony on May 18th, 2025, to Mr. Jonathan David Carl, honoris causa, the degree Doctor of Public Service.
Mr. Carl, would you please join me at the lectern? As the chief Washington correspondent for ABC News and co-anchor of This Week with George Stephanopoulos, Jonathan Carl contributes every day to what has been recognized since the founding of our democracy as an essential element of that democracy that cannot be undertaken by the government itself. In his farewell address, George Washington said, quote, "It is substantially true that virtue or morality is a necessary spring of popular government. Promote then, as an object of primary importance, institutions for the general diffusion of knowledge. In proportion as the structure of a government gives force to public opinion, it is essential that public opinion should be enlightened." As a college president, of course, I hear in that quote the necessity for a system of schools and colleges that will keep our entire citizenry well educated and capable of participating fully in their country's governance. It also strikes me as fitting that this college, the only one that President Washington gave his permission to use his name and on whose board of visitors and governors he served himself, this college was the first founded in the New Republic and the first founded to educate citizens explicitly, not clergy. But a well-educated populace is not enough, and the, quote, general diffusion of knowledge, end quote, must in fact be never-ending. We must also be well-informed to properly fulfill our role in a representative democracy, able to hold elected officials to account and aware of all they are doing in our name. Jonathan Carl is a highly respected journalist with extensive experience covering U.S. politics, foreign policy, and the military. He has reported from over 30 countries and received numerous prestigious accolades, including an Emmy Award for coverage of President Barack Obama's 2009 inauguration, and he is a two-time recipient of the Walter Cronkite Award. A former president of the White House Correspondents Association, Carl also served as ABC's chief White House correspondent from 2012 until 2021. He is the author of 3 New York Times bestsellers, and his forthcoming book, entitled Retribution: Donald Trump and the Campaign That Changed America, will be published later this year on October 28th. During his illustrious career, Carl has covered 4 presidential administrations and 7 presidential elections, securing significant early interviews with such political figures as Donald Trump and U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders during the 2016 cycle. Prior to his current role, he served as ABC's senior political correspondent and earlier as a tenacious foreign affairs correspondent, traveling globally with Secretaries of State Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice. His impactful reporting on the Darfur crisis earned him an Emmy nomination. Beyond politics, Carl has conducted notable interviews with cultural icons such as Sir Elton John and the Dalai Lama. For the invaluable service he has provided as a journalist, author, and supporter of civic society, Washington College is proud to confer the degree of Doctor of Public Service on Jonathan Karl. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. It is now my great privilege to invite Dr. Jonathan Karl to address the graduates.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing. Good morning, President Selesky, Board Chair Rick Wheeler, graduates, friends, family, Washington College faculty and staff. And to the class of 2025, congratulations, you've pulled it off. So it's been said that a speaker at commencement is a little bit like the body at one of those old-fashioned Irish wakes. You need one to have the party, but nobody expects you to say very much. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep this short because you're going to forget this speech, but you're never going to forget this day, and it is a high honor to share it with you. This actually is not my first Washington College commencement address. Well, it's the first I've given, but I was here when I was just 10 years old, sitting out there in the back somewhere, because my brother was graduating. And the speaker that day was a guy named James Michener. At the time, he was one of maybe America's most popular writers. He lived not far from here, and he had a new novel coming out called Chesapeake that was eagerly awaited all around the country. And truthfully, I don't remember anything he said, except for one thing. It was a piece of advice that he gave the graduates. He told them not to buy his book when it came out. He said, wait for the paperback because it will be cheaper. So look, I can't promise any advice quite as practical as that, but hopefully I will leave you with a little something to remember. When I came here to Chestertown as a 10-year-old to sit out there with the families at graduation, I was living in the Black Hills of South Dakota in a small motel room on the outskirts of a town with about 350 people. I had moved out there with my mom and my stepfather because they had this crazy idea to write a history of Mount Rushmore, that massive mountain carving of Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt. I spent a lot of time under those granite heads as a kid, hearing the stories of what they represented. And I would actually imagine the questions I would ask if I had a chance to actually ask any of them any questions. So I would look up at George Washington. How did you not give up when the British drove your army out of New York? Why did you voluntarily step down as president? And did you really cut down a cherry tree? Thomas Jefferson. How could you write all men are created equal and own slaves? Teddy Roosevelt. Why are you up there on that mountain between Lincoln and Jefferson for all of eternity? As my parents, who had never gone to college, set out to find and interview the people that worked on Mount Rushmore, I started to think about becoming a journalist. That someday I would have the chance to actually ask questions of a real living president. Like all of you, I ended up at a small liberal arts college. I was a year away from graduating when I watched something unfolding a world away that changed me forever. I sat glued to the television as students, kids my age, kids your age now, started marching, protesting in the middle of China's capital, in a place called Tiananmen Square. I thought they seemed to me like my friends. They were having fun, but they were also taking a stand for their freedom. They were protesting joyfully and peacefully and with purpose. Some of the Chinese students had created a large plaster statue of a woman carrying a torch, the goddess of liberty, they called it. Like our Statue of Liberty, but with Chinese characteristics. I was inspired. China was not a free country. It was a place where you could go to jail for criticizing the government. But people just like me and my friends and like you were trying to change that. The protest went on for 3 weeks, growing larger and more hopeful each day. And then the Chinese Communist government decided it was time to end. When the students refused to leave, they sent in the army. Peace and freedom-loving students were no match for the heavily armed soldiers and imposing tanks rolling across Tiananmen Square. The kids were beaten. Many were shot. It was a massacre. And the only reason that I knew what was happening as I sat in my dorm room in Poughkeepsie, New York, was that because American journalists were there to bear witness. And in my office today, I have a large framed photograph of an unknown man, unarmed, carrying only a small bag, standing in front of a row of 4 Chinese tanks. The photo was taken on June 5th, 1989, as the Chinese army rounded up the last remaining student protesters. To me, it is the most inspiring and terrifying photo that was taken in my lifetime. Inspiring because it showed the peaceful defiance of one brave soul, silently, firmly, courageous. Tragic because minutes later, the man in front of the tank was grabbed by soldiers and he was never seen again. My large copy of that photo is signed by the journalist who took it, James Widener of the Associated Press. He captured the moment for all time. I look at that photo on my wall every day that I am in my office. It reminds me of the unnamed man's courage and the journalist who took the picture. We don't know what happened to Tank Man, as he became to be known, but we saw what he did thanks to an Associated Press photographer, and also to videographers for ABC News, NBC News, and CNN, who captured video of the scene. The Chinese government then pulled the plug on the ABC cameras and the NBC cameras and the CNN cameras. And then they threw the Associated Press and all the other American journalists out of the country. If you were graduating from college today in Beijing or Shanghai or Guangzhou, you likely wouldn't know a damn thing about Tank Man. The government has erased the memory, or tried to erase the memory, of what he did, of what those students were protesting, and of the massacre. I set out to be a journalist because I wanted to watch history unfolding. I wanted to be a truth teller, the good, the inspiring, and the tragic. The kid looking up at Mount Rushmore probably would be shocked to hear that he went on to ask questions of 7 different US presidents and counting. But he would have known that he lived in a country where it is possible to ask tough questions of the most powerful people in our government without fear of retribution. A country that has freedom that Tank Man's country didn't have. A country where the First Amendment to the Constitution guarantees freedom of speech, freedom of the press. A country where a president can't, or at least shouldn't be able to, banish a reporter or a news organization because he doesn't like a question, a news report, or an editorial policy. I've witnessed some monumental history along the way. I was at the Capitol building when it was evacuated on September 11th, 2001. Capitol police officers ordered me away from the building. I insisted I wanted to stay. I had no way of knowing, but as I was arguing with a Capitol Hill police officer, the heroes of United Flight 93 had broken into the cockpit and brought down a plane that was likely headed to right where I was, right to the Capitol Dome, saving countless lives as they ended their own in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. One of those passengers was a 32-year-old software salesman named Todd Beamer, who we was heard saying, "Let's roll," as he helped lead the charge on the cockpit to take on the hijackers. I was there on Capitol Hill late that night when members of Congress from both parties briefly returned and assembled to the steps outside the building. After a few short speeches and a moment of silence, the congressional leaders started to walk away. The building was still closed, but their moment of defiance wasn't over. A few members near the rear of the assembled group of about 200 members of Congress started singing "God Bless America." Soon they were all singing. Look, reporters are trained to be skeptical. As an old Chicago Tribune editor once put it, "Chum, if your mother says she loves you, check on it." But I had to hold back tears as I watched those politicians sing that song. I had never felt more proud of my country or more privileged to be on the grounds of the United States Capitol. In the darkness that night, the Capitol felt to me like sacred ground. On September 12th, Congress did in fact reconvene and I was back at work. This is what I wrote in my journal that day. The enormity of what has happened is just now sinking in. I'm haunted by the images of those planes crashing into the Twin Towers, haunted by the images of those so desperate they jumped from 100 stories just minutes before those mighty symbols crashed to earth. I look at the Capitol Dome, the single most powerful symbol of American democracy, and I wonder, what if that plane had crashed in Pennsylvania, instead crashed squarely into the Capitol Dome? Not long after September 11th, I met Todd Beamer's widow, Lisa, inside the Capitol building, and I sat with her in the visitors gallery of a mostly empty House chamber. For what seemed like several minutes, neither of us said anything as we looked at the House floor, a place that would have likely been reduced to rubble if it weren't for those brave passengers and the sacrifice they made on Flight 93. Your husband saved this place, and he probably saved my life too. It was hard to contemplate her pain and sacrifice. She was the mother of 2 young boys and was 5 months pregnant with a baby girl when her husband died in the wreckage on a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And I was at the Capitol when the same Capitol building, I was at the White House when the same Capitol building came under attack on January 6th. Police officers were beaten, windows smashed, people called for the hanging of the vice president. I was horrified by what I was seeing. The Capitol still felt like sacred ground to me. So I worked hard to document what happened on that day. I wrote a book about it. I wanted the world to know and history to know the truth that we had witnessed. There are people in positions of power and authority who pretend that January 6th was peaceful, that we didn't witness a violent attempt to overturn a presidential election for the first time since George Washington took his first oath of office in New York. There are people who would like to cover up that truth, just like the Chinese covered up the truth of Tiananmen Square. It's been said that history is written by the winners. I think that's bunk. History is written by storytellers. Brutus and his fellow conspirators killed Caesar. but it is Caesar's story that we know. It doesn't hurt when William Shakespeare is one of those telling your story. We are blessed when the good storytellers are also the truth tellers. What I don't like about that phrase, history is written by the winners, is that it implies that there is no real truth, that history is just what the so-called winners say it is. Don't believe that. It's true that the students in Tiananmen Square tried to stand up for their own freedom and their country's too, and that they were brutally brought down. It's true that terrorists attacked this country on September 11th, and that a brave group of strangers on Flight 93 sacrificed their lives to save the U.S. Capitol. It's true that the Capitol came under attack once again on January 6th. I could talk longer, but I don't want to break my promise. So I'm going to close with a couple of very quick pieces of advice. Don't believe those who tell you there is no real truth. That's a lie. Stand firmly for your principles and don't be afraid to change them. Be strong in standing up for what is right, but be open to the possibility that you are wrong. Expose yourself to people who you disagree with. Listen to them, hear them out, understand where they are coming from. And along those lines, read and watch things that challenge your beliefs. Don't be deterred or discouraged by those who criticize you. Learn from what they say. Live in the moment, but plan for the future, and most importantly, learn from the past. Be kind and compassionate, not just to your family and friends, that's easy, but to strangers, and especially to your enemies, but hopefully you don't have any of those. Do good things, but not just when people are watching, but also when there is nobody around to give you credit. That's the test of true character. And finally, everything in moderation, including moderation. Think of that tonight. Thank you, class of 2025, for letting me share this moment with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Carl, for those timely and very wise words. And thank you also for allowing us to honor you today. I now would like to invite Provost Kim back to the lectern to present our faculty 3 distinguished awards. Dr. Kim.
At an institution blessed with so many outstanding teacher scholars, it is difficult to choose the recipients of these awards. Extensive consultation with students and faculty have led us to our conclusions. There will be 3 awards. The Alumni Association Distinguished Teacher Award recognizes a tenured faculty member for excellence in teaching. The award goes to Associate Professor Rebecca Fox from the Department of Environmental Science. She has been on sabbatical this past semester, and so she's not up on the stage. Somebody play a walk-on song for her. The Carolyn Emery Golding, Class of 74 Junior Faculty Distinguished Teacher Scholar Award recognizes a tenure-track junior faculty who has proven to have extraordinary promise as a teacher scholar. The award recognizes Washington College's fundamental commitment to being an institution that prioritizes the student-teacher relationship and seeks to reward a junior faculty member for their creativity and inspired entrepreneurial approach to a student-centric educational experience. The award goes to Assistant Professor Suyak Shrestha from the Department of Physics. Dr. Shrestha is currently, not surprisingly, abroad on a research trip, and so he will be presented with his award upon his return. The Stephen T. Golding Class of 72 Faculty Leadership seeks to recognize a long-serving member of Washington College who has provided extraordinary leadership contributions across many different dimensions of shared governance that advance the excellence of the college and who exemplifies the college's commitment to a culture of collaborative decision-making. This award is the highest accolade honoring a faculty member whose professional service has progressed towards Washington College's mission. The award goes to Associate Professor Caddy Putnam Rankin from the Department of Business Management.
Congratulations to our honored faculty, and thank you, Provost Kim, Chair Raleigh, and Chair Wheeler. I would like to take a moment to recognize 3 faculty members who are retiring after long and devoted service to the college. They are Dr. Mary Alice Ball, Dean of Miller Library and Academic Technology, Professor Tahir Shad of the Department. I'm not sure this one's really working either. All right, how's that? Nothing. Nothing. We're going to test it again. We're going to continue to test it. Nothing happening here. Yeah, let me see. You ever have this trouble? Yeah. How about this one? Any luck over here? No, no luck over here. All right, I'm not seeing anything here. All right. Any luck here? Nothing.
It's on, but it's not on back there.
Nothing coming through. Okay. Okay. Do we have anyone doing technical assistance here today? All right, let's see. Any luck now? Any luck now? There we go. Thank you to the gods of technology who have smiled upon us today. Just in case that got lost and garbled, I don't want Professor Shad to miss out on his moment. So Professor Tahir Shad of the Department of Political Science, congratulations to you on a wonderful career. And lastly, but certainly not least, Professor Janet Sorrentino is retiring after a very distinguished career teaching history and conducting research at Washington College. Professor Sorrentino, congratulations. Gotcha. All right. I understand there's always been a poltergeist in this technology. It's just, I'm learning it now. So, on to the senior awards. It is now my privilege to award the highest honors and prizes that the Washington College faculty can bestow upon members of the class of 2025. The first awards are given for outstanding scholarship in a particular field of study, and they recognize personal and academic excellence. Provost Kim, our Chief Academic Officer, will return to the lectern to announce the awards.
The Jane Houston Goodfellow Memorial Prize is awarded to a graduating senior majoring in science who has an abiding appreciation of the arts and humanities and has shown scholastic excellence. The award goes to, there are two awardees, Vani Chetan Chauhan and Amy Elizabeth McNair. Please come up to the stage. The Gold Pentagon Awards are given to one senior and one alumnus, faculty, staff, or friend of the college, selected by the Omicron Delta Kappa Society in recognition of meritorious service to Washington College. These awards were first given 100 years ago at the Washington College commencement of 1925. Today, the awardees of the centennial presentation of the Gold Pentagon Awards are Stephen Leroy Hook III and Dean Mary Alice Ball. The Sophie Kerr Prize is the largest undergraduate literary prize in the country. It is awarded to the senior judged to have the best ability and promise for future fulfillment in the field of literary endeavor. I would like to recognize our 5 finalists. Please stand when your name is called. Sky Lynn Abruzzo, Riley Elizabeth Dauber, Natalie Elizabeth Martinitis, Evan Merck, Brionna R. Odell, Lucy Oakes Verlack. And the winner of the Sophie Kerr Prize is Sky Lynn Abruzzo. Sky, would you please come up to the stage? The next 5 awards are voted on and conferred by the entire Washington College faculty. The awards have special significance as their recipients have all had tremendous impact on campus life. Their names will be added to plaques in William Smith Hall permanent reminders of their importance to Washington College. The Louis L. Goldstein Class of 1935 Award goes to a graduating senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has demonstrated unusual interest, enthusiasm, and potential in the field of public affairs. The award goes to Jordan E. Hyde. The Eugene B. Casey Medal is awarded to a senior woman voted by the faculty to be outstanding in the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and campus citizenship. The recipient is Catherine Ann Esposito. Henry W.C. Catlin, Class of 1894 Medal is awarded to a senior who has demonstrated significant growth and perseverance in and out of the classroom. The recipient is Catherine Lauren Manos. The Clark Porter Medal goes to the student whose character and personal integrity, in the opinion of the faculty, have most clearly enhanced the quality of campus life. It was created by Charles B. Clark, Class of 1934, in memory of Harry P. Porter, Class of 1905. The recipients are Stephen Leroy Hook III and Zachary Hunter Affelt. The George Washington Medal and Award is given to the senior who shows the greatest promise of understanding and realizing in life and work the ideals of a liberal education. The recipient is Vani Chitan Chauhan.
Graduates, your new relationship with Washington College is really just beginning. As we heard Reverend Nevin Field today talk about this being one of many meaningful thresholds. I encourage you to support your alma mater in every way that you can going forward. You are our best new ambassadors, not only for this college, but for the value of the precious liberal arts. Please keep in touch through your membership in the Alumni Association. Tell us about your accomplishments and come back to see us often to take part in the life of your college. I ask the graduates now to rise, and I formally congratulate you as alumni, class of 2025, proud graduates of Washington College, and you may now congratulate each other for the very same. Welcome to the ranks of Washington College alumni. And now, go out and do great things. Know that your Washington College family will forever be cheering you on. Everyone, please join the class of 2025 for a reception at the Owings Library Terrace immediately following this ceremony. I now have the pleasure of welcoming back to the stage Stevie Lyles, who will lead us in the alma mater. The lyrics can be found on page 3 of your program. The alma mater will be followed by the offering of the benediction by the Reverend Nevin Field. So please do stand if you're able and remain standing until the academic recession has retired.
By the gleaming blue Chester River, on the Maryland eastern shore, stands a glorious alma mater, whose name we will ever adore. 'Tis a name that shone high in glory, when our country her freedom won, and our college alone was the first one to own to the fair name of Washington. So Washington, old Washington, our Washington we do adore. We will fight for her honor, as her sons and daughters have before. So Washington, old Washington, our Washington forevermore. She's our dear alma mater on the old eastern shore.
Receive now this blessing. Life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who make this earthly pilgrimage with us. So be swift to love, make haste to do kindness, shower abundant hospitality on friend and stranger. Walk in love, that you may follow the path of mercy and peace, respecting the dignity of every human being as you move through the journey that is life. And may the gifts of curiosity, grace, and wonder always accompany you on your way.
nice under here. I'm trying to get him to walk up.